Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Apple, and Amazon. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out CobraTrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Best in the business. Been using these guys for years. If you're an active trader looking for a new broker, check out CobraTrading.com. You won't be disappointed. All right, so let's get into Facebook. Daily chart, 8.5 million on the day, 0.14% red or 25 cents down. We are back below the 50 and the 20 MA. We were holding it here. Here it didn't look too bad. A little bit more on the bullish side. Now we're a little bit on the bearish side. It's still at the all-time highs, still inside this bearish inside bar. Can't get above here until it gets above 181.94. This should chop around here or possibly move lower. We have a big trend line here connecting the lows. If you go back on the charts, this is a big one here, guys. Triple bottom. This will be the next area of support, as well as the 750 retrace. I still think we're going down here to the 200 MA at 162.06, or double bottom down here when it's all said and done, and the markets give us a little bit of a pullback. This trade here, though, if you're long Facebook and the markets start to go down, the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, this will continue to go lower. If the markets stay buoyant, stay green with light volume into next week, into the New Year's Day, then this will possibly grind higher with the light volume and the markets grinding higher as well. So again, though, you're back below the 50 and the 20, so a little bit of a bearish stance, still above the 200, so it's okay. Bottom line, bulls, you got to get above the MAs, get above this blue line or 179.04, and then shoot for double top up here, and then possibly higher. You still have a gap fill here as well, and double top at the where is it, 184.25. And if this continues to go sideways down here below the MAs, then I'd expect this thing to keep chopping around. 20 MA curling the price, push this thing down into some support levels, and let's see if these support levels hold. So right now, not too much to do. Let's see what this thing gives us next week in the Friday close, and then we'll take it from there. Let's look at the weekly, though. Weekly still okay, still above all the MAs, still chopping around. Here's your big trend line right here. That's the one we draw it in. So, and then it's holding up here. The only thing that I see that's slightly bearish, you're at the all-time highs. You have a pretty good bullish pattern here, but you do have a inside bar red. This bar here, inside bar retrace, that tells me you could possibly lead to lower prices. As long as we hold the 20 MA on the weekly close, we're okay. If it starts to slide below this, then I would expect this thing to go to the 170 area, possibly lower. If it stays above and keeps chopping around, it's got to get above this all-time high right here and continue going. But I want to see more volume here, guys. So you cannot go through the red bars, especially these big selling bars, on no volume. It's just hard to push up. The people who got stuck here at all-time highs, they become sellers, because it's like, if you bought at 184, 183, and this thing pulls back to 170, that's a $10 pullback. Most people go all in on their trades. That's going to, say if you have 1,000 shares, you're down 13 grand. You have a $184,000 account, or better yet, you have a $100,000 account using margin. Now you get the margin calls, stuff like that. But overall, guys, still above the moving averages, still okay. Just be careful when these things are at all-time highs. Markets pull back, this will pull back. Let's go into Apple. Apple now, same thing, daily chart. This one's been chopping around, though. Makes the all-time high, shoots for the 170, where is it, 177.20. Pulls back real nice, almost fills the gap here. Comes back up, consolidates, shoots back up, tries to recapture the all-time high. Couldn't do it again. Comes right back. This time we do fill the gap. Bounces around, chops around, makes a new low right here, and then pivots up and then goes right for the gusto. Markets went up, this went up, pretty much a market trade. Goes for the all-time high here, can't make it, closes right at it, comes in. Now we have a slight micro inside bar bearish pattern at all-time highs. Still bullish overall, chopping up and down, still above the MA, so it's in a strong stance and above this trend line. So as long as it stays above the trend line, above the MAs, this thing continues sideways, look for possible higher prices. If it cannot retest the all-time high, which was 177.20, and go through it and get a little bit of follow through, then I would expect this thing to possibly pull back. So we'll wait for pattern. Like I said, this is a slight micro bear, but overall it's bullish. Let's see what happens in a short-term trade to see if this pulls back one more time. Probably come back down into here, but I still think ultimately you're going to fill this gap down in here and peg the 200 MA at around 155 when it's all said and done and the markets actually give us a pullback. For the high end, for the bulls, you got to get above the all-time high with some more volume than this and a nice push and some follow through with confirmation, then possibly 180, 185, maybe higher. And then also too, guys, the SPY, the IWM have to continue going up. If those start going down, this will slowly bleed with the markets. It's a market trade, guys, market trade. All right, weekly chart. This is a great bullish pattern, guys, above the MAs. Bullish flag, chopping around real nice. 1, 2, 7 weeks sideways. If this doesn't start getting going in the next week or so, guys, I think this pattern is going to fail and we're going to head downtown. I still have targets around 150, and with this pivot and the 200 MA on the daily, if this really gives it up, we will be coming down here around the 118 or the 200 MA on the weekly. If you go back to this one, you have a nice big trend line down here. I love this area, guys. If we could get down there somehow, somewhere, my gosh, this will be an epic buy unless the markets are falling apart. But this down in here, 118 to 110 with this trend line, that's where you want to step up and go long. So hopefully we get a nice boom, boom, right to this area and then a massive bounce. But wishful thinking, guys, but you got to watch this stuff. I mean, even when Apple was up here at 133, everyone was I was shorting Apple right up here, guys. Everyone was laughing. I was telling everyone $90, and then what happened? 92. Pulled back up, we shorted again, got back, double bottom, went long, short, then we went long, and then of course we didn't ride it all the way up. But we're traders. Everyone laughed here too. You're shorting Apple, you're an idiot. $90. There it was. So anyways, we've been in this big channel too on the weekly. It's above it. It broke out, but not a real this thing should be at 200 by now. Just stalling out here at the 175 number. Let's see if it can continue up, or if this pattern fails, guys, we will be at 150 real quick. So bulls, got to get above 177.20, continue. Bears, if it keeps chopping around, starts to slip and the markets go, then I'd expect 163 and then the 150 area, and then we'll take it from there. But right now, still above the MA, still okay. Tighten the stops if you're long any of these plays. We had the 16 million on the day. It was flat, no real action. I guess they needed to close this thing above 175, and they did. Let's look at the intraday. See if this thing. Yeah, look at that. They held it. Jeez, they as a big institution, maybe a hedge fund, just kind of making it, and right at the end, pop it above, close it at 107 or 175.01, and boom, get paid. All right, let's look at Amazon. Amazon down $6.40. We actually had a short call play on this one. We're already done with it for a little over 50%, but this was great. We hit it right here, pulled back. We pulled it off the other day for a nice 50% gain, and we're done. We've done this a couple times too. We did it here, pulled back up in there, came in, nice little bullish pattern on this inside bar. Pops above it, never gets above. Let's put a retrace. I bet you it went to the 750. Blue line. Yep, blue line. So blue line pulls back, holding the 20 MA, but closed right below it. So let's see what happens, guys. And we're back below this big red bar too as well. So nice retrace. We had a nice play on this. Let's see if this can continue lower. We still have a nice big gap window and a nice big gap fill down here at 971. So it's still in play, guys. 200 MA gap fill. Bulls, you got to get above this pivot here. Now you have this trend line. So you got to get above that trend line, this high, and then this high here. You get above that after maybe it comes in next week, starts grinding. great resistance. And you have the 750 and the 618 down here too. Retrace coming from the fibs too. So a lot of resistance up front here and a lot of support coming down. So the bull or the bears, as long as you're staying under this trend line, this straight trend line and the all-time high, you're doing okay. You want to see this thing continue to bleed. Test this double bottom here. You're going to have great support down here again. But if this starts to crack around the 1126 area, next area will be a 111.15. And if that goes, you're going to go to gap window. Just depends on the markets. If the markets start to pull back, these will pull back even faster. Guarantee. Markets pull back, this will be a $1,000 stock, guys, 975. If the markets stay buoyant, I think we could get through the 12, the 12, where is it, 1213 area, and then possibly go to 1250, maybe 1300. But right now, it's not giving us too much. A little bit weak. Couldn't get through this inside bar, and then this inside bar held it down. You have big volume on these bars, guys. And then you're going up on this no volume. There's no way it's getting through that. Sorry. And now it's back below the 20. So it's getting in it's a little bit of a weak stance, still bullish, but as long as it's holding these areas, holding the 50 MA, you're doing okay. Weekly chart, a little bit extended from the 20. We talk about these moves. See how it's at 10. You're about what? $118, $120 away from this 20 MA. That's your price target right now. 1050. Then the next one will be about 966 or this low pivot here. We're just grinding higher on the weekly, starting to stall out. Still a nice bullish pattern up here, but a little bit stretched with an inside bar bearish pattern. So bottom line, bulls, you got to get above this 1213.41. If it does not and cannot get above these trend lines, I'm thinking it's going to start slipping. So next area, 1150, 1125, 1100. You have these double bottoms here around 1125 or so. So tighten those stops longs. That's all I'm saying. Don't turn a great trade into a turd and let it go down like Bitcoin. Everyone were millionaires. Oh my gosh, it's great, and then go straight back down. They're all like, whoa, what just happened here? So just don't get the rug pull, because it's oh man, look at this run, guys. You go from beginning of 2016 at $500 and now you're at $1,200. This is unsustainable, guys, in my opinion. I mean, Amazon keeps going up. That's one thing, but it's pretty flipping crazy, guys. And then this one chart here, nice pullback, nice retrace. Get more longs. Get more longs on board. Shake them out. Get more longs on board. Let's see if they can shake them out one more time. I would love to be a buyer here. If it gets down to this area, like I said, $1,000, 996, 990 or so, I will possibly pull up and take a long here, but we'll see. Again, slow and steady in these markets, guys. Let's see what next week gives us. It's a shortened week, 4-day trading week. It might be light volume, might be some turbulence. Remember, in 2015, we had that nice pullback after she raised the rates. So I'm looking for that, actually, to get a slight pullback on these stocks and hopefully cover a lot of my short call positions. All right, guys. Thanks again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video down here and or comment on them or whatever you want to do. I really appreciate it. Send me an email at stockbookie@gmail.com. Let me know what charts you want to look at, and we'll take a look at possibly putting these up on YouTube and making some different equities and different charts other than, the same ones, Apple, AMD, and all that good stuff. All right, guys. Have a great Saturday. Thanks again for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.